When we talk about, 1776 energy, we talk about that kind of founding spirit. We talk about the promise of the Declaration of Independence. And I kind of love the branding of it because it's this mixture of the modern and the tradition, right? It's George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. And by the way, these are all the statues they're tearing down.
Younger voters from the new generation. These voters have long tended to lean to the left, growing more conservative as they gain more experience in life. But young conservatives have been increasingly active, especially young people of faith who have been energized by Israel's war with Hamas. Centerpoint's own Doug McKelway recently sat down with Charlie Kirk of Turning Point USA, a youth-focused conservative political group, and he joins us now.
Charlie Kirk, good to see you.
Man,
Thanks very much for joining us.
Yeah, love TBN.
This is my first time at their convention, and I was kind of struck by what appears to be an apparent theme here. And it's kind of personified in that giant poster just behind the camera. Party like it's 1776. There's more to that than that simple little phrase.
It's a pretty deep phrase.
It's almost like you want a lot of young people to embrace their outsiderism.
Yes, that's
because
right.
they are now outside the mainstream.
That's right.
The mainstream is wokeism.
That's right.
And they're fighting against it like it's a revolution.
That's
but
right.
have a good time in fighting that.
Have a good time with it. And, this is the 250-year anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. Yesterday was, actually. And so when we talk about, 1776 energy, we talk about that kind of founding spirit. We talk about the promise of the Declaration of Independence. And I kind of love the branding of it because it's this mixture of the modern and the tradition, right? It's George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. And by the way, these are all the statues they're tearing down. Right, these are the statues that they're tearing down. They're tearing down Jefferson. They're tearing, and here we are celebrating it. So it's a not so subtle kind of celebration of our founding fathers and the promise of the American founding.
Well, there is promise in that theme, in the sense that young people like to break away.
Yes, to be
from
rebels.
the earlier generation, to be rebellious to what their parents taught them, and so maybe it's coming full circle. Is that where the hope lies?
Well, I hope so. I mean, there's a lot of different elements factoring into this, but we want our students and we want the next generation to, think of themselves as founders, as creators, and as visionaries of something new. This is the most students we've ever had at an event, but as you can see, we have people of all ages here represented. And it's very high energy and lots of hope and optimism.
There are a lot of people at this convention.
Yeah.
How many young people do you represent, your organization?
Oh, hundreds of thousands, yeah. I mean, if you count all the alumni, it's, probably over 1 million. But just this year, we added 144,000 new students to Turning Point USA.
And are you recruiting them? Are they coming to you? Are they seeking an outlet?
Both, yeah. I mean, high school and college chapter outreach. Many of them come to us because of our viral social media content, and they hear about it. They want to get engaged. They want to get involved, and a lot are, really well represented here at this conference.
Well, that's interesting. You mentioned social media because of the young people I've spoken here today. A lot of them cite social media and the peer pressure from social media, which ostracizes them.
That's right.
But you've got your own forces working against that.
And just trying to platform their ideas. And, we've been very successful on social media, praise God, and trying to make the right content go viral and lift up the right voices. And we have a big influencer and ambassador department at Turning Point USA, and we've been really thankful and proud of that.
So what's the future of this organization?
Oh boy. We want to get through 2024 first, and that's going to be quite a year. But whatever God has in store, He's blessed this organization. We're so thankful. He has given us provision. He's given us protection. And, we are awfully disruptive. We're entrepreneurs. We work really hard and we move fast. And I know this is going to sound crazy. We just think this is the very start, the very beginning of where we want this to go.
Is there an opportunity in this particular year, given the war in Israel and in Ukraine, but primarily Israel now, and how it's affected, as I've termed it, the pulling back of the veil on what's going on college campuses across America, and how important in the spectrum of your things that you're interested in is that?
Yeah, I mean, we're 100% pro-Israel. We do trips to Israel every summer with a Young Jewish Leadership Summit, and we stand against all the Jew hatred and nonsense on these campuses. It's a huge deal. It really is.
Did you see the Rolling Stone article today?
Yeah, they accused me of being an anti-Semite.
Yeah, and the entire organization.
Yeah, which is funny. Did they know? Again, they're so dishonest, these people. We do a Young Jewish Leadership Summit. We send hundreds of student leaders to Israel. I'm one of the most outspoken pro-Israel voices out there, like unapologetically pro-Israel, and have been for years. By the way, if we were anti-Semites, we're the worst anti-Semites ever. We had a Shabbat dinner on Friday night. Literally, I go there, I do the Kiddush with the Shabbat dinner. And we're anti-Semites. We have Mort Klein on our show. We have Dennis Prager speaking here. I honor the Shabbat. I just finished studying the Torah in the original Hebrew. These people are sick, Rolling Stone, because they have no other way to attack this. And you know what's really bad? Real anti-Semites.
Did they, by the way,
they didn't reach out for comment. No, of course not. These people.
The person who wrote, the reporter who wrote that story, was he actually here? Did they
no, of course not. No, he did it from a distance. And he did it.
Didn't have credentials.
No, he did it. No, he did it in anticipation of the event. Look, it's clear they tried to use the anti-Semitic label as a slur to silence and to cancel. And these people should be ashamed of themselves. They have no shame. They're degenerates. Rolling Stone is a degenerate organization.
And that's inspiration, again, of the sort that's driving a lot of young people to your organization.
That's right.
Yeah. Charlie Kirk,
God
thank
bless
you so
man.
much.
Thank you so much.